change in abilities, I guess, after I died, I suppose. The whole magic-y thing decided to do a switcheroo.
It's about the best
Still
way to describe it.
Question for Crash. Has Race heard of people dying and coming back different? I mean, his own
Experiences,
I guess, eating burning coals is kind of like a metamorphosis in a similar way.
That's an interesting way to.
Yeah, but he didn't die.
No, I didn't die.
I'd say probably yes, because maybe not in this sense, but the theme of it you probably have heard of, usually in tales of undeath, like undead, that sort of stuff. But that being said, there are a lot of things out there that you probably haven't seen. So what's one more? You know that the capability is possible. You would likely, well, I'd leave up to you. But the biggest thing that would probably come to mind in terms of explanation is the soul is the conduit to magic. So when she died, something probably happened to her soul on the way back, so to speak.
Okay.
Your soul is your essence as a person. It's what makes you, as opposed to me giving all your memories and physical body to someone else. They aren't you still. So, I guess you call it your personality. And at a game, it's your charisma. It's your presence in the universe. Something probably just got jumbled on the way back.
Tick the wrong box kind of thing.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I suppose the technicality, actually, that'd be the second time it's happened to Fia, then, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one is jumping around a lot.
Your soul is just like a Yahtzee jar full of dice.
Pretty much. But yeah, so it's happened a couple of times now. All fun and games, love it.
So if the third time happens, do you just come back like big and buff with the whole huge ass axe?
Yeah, sure, I'll just come back as blimmin' Ruhan's twin.
That'd be a twist.
That would be a twist. But yeah, it's kind of weird. I don't understand it, and it really, really bugs me because I want to so badly. But there we are. Bye.
That whole place was pretty weird.
It was a weird situation. I mean, I don't know. I still get really nostalgic for that town we were in too, which is kind of
probably
weird.
Not a good thing.
Probably not. But there we are.
Actually, Raze, do you know of any history involving like an undead town kind of thing?
Do I?
I mean, there's the vampire town. So.
Well, I mean,
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, sort of, yeah, technically.
Well, referring to more like the... Look to Fia because Ruhan's unconscious. Like, how would you describe like the carvings and stuff that was around there? It was like... Garth, trying to get help. It was a...
Carvings?
Yeah, because I remember on the way out there was like mention of like carvings of...
You're talking about the tablet that Ruhan brought up to the surface. With
I
the
think you
crew.
guys are talking about two different things. Are you guys talking about Derelict Town, or are you guys talking about, undead, this is what happens when you have TPK Town?
The second one is what I was thinking of.
So Traverse Town?
Yeah.
Traverse Town.
Well, Traverse Town didn't have the tablet. That's what I'm saying.
No, it didn't. It was outside.
We found that when we left.
Yeah.
Yeah, you found that outside of Derelict
Before we
Town.
got to the outpost.
Yeah. Breakpoint.
Point Break, yeah.
Point Break, Breakpoint. Been coaching forces change it up.
Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
Baby.
Oh, my bad. My bad. We should be official. Designation JE-2W-ISLD-3. Yeah, we all know what you're talking about. As opposed to JE-2W-ISLD-1. That's way different.
The problem is I can't tell if you're reading that off a list or if you just made that up off the top of your head.
I was wondering that too.
Well, I know what it means. JE data expands 2W second web ISLD island designation -3 is the third one that they I was gonna say took over, set up on.
Occupied.
Yeah.
Or I guess the
logic.
third one that they found and then gave the classification for.
You're gonna have to explain the question a little better, rules. Race, not follow your drift.
It was just a really large, strange town that seemed to attract souls of people. I'm not sure. I didn't really
many
study.
places attracting souls.
Yeah.
And this is pertaining to your a little excursion into the Z.
Yeah.
Yeah, in a sense.
Can you describe this place to Reyes?
Derelict town? It was something.
Very specific.
Yeah. Oh, do you mean the town that I died in, or the place that we were in that we got chased into?
Are they not the same?
There's
Yes
two
and
different
no?
kind of levels, more or less.
It's, I guess, like
It's okay. So there's
two different sides of a coin, maybe,
kind of.
if that makes sense.
There's,
Would that be a?
there's like a physical area that we got chased into by crab people. I don't mean that in any exaggeration. And then if you died in that location, you went
met
to
crab
another
people,
place.
Rays. You met crab people inland. They
Indians.
occupy a large lake, a great lake inland. There's not like that many of them, but you know, they're alright. They're pretty aggressive though.
Yeah, them being land.
That's not
Yeah.
fun.
They were not fun at all.
I mean,
I
they're
nearly
still-
died.
They're still connected to the same hive mind. They might have just gone comatose and starved at this point. Nevertheless, there was the two different sections. There was one that we got chased into that's more physical, and then if you died, you went to a different town, which I just kind of popped in for a minute. I don't really know a lot about that one. But the
So
first
what you're saying is there be a town in the sea
town
full of dead things,
yeah, it's specters,
where if you
ghosts.
die again,
Yeah,
you go somewhere else.
yeah.
I guess so. Yeah. Yeah. It's. Yeah.
Have
the
I
town.
heard of such a thing?
They also had certain areas that were like
In
specialized. to
what
people.
aspect?
The general
a
gist
town
of
at the
what
bottom of the sea probably not consider how you. There's no ocean in the middle of the island, so or the middle of the
True.
continent rather. So
a
probably none of that.
place, a place of undeath where if you die, you're ported somewhere else. The concept of it.
Yeah, so a concept of not resurrection but reincarnation into a different sense. Roll me background info at disadvantage.
Yes.
This is a very
Disadvantage.
specific thing.
Here we go.
I'll take an inspiration die. Might as well use them up.
They got- Oh
That
wait,
is a D10 now or D8?
D10. I believe.
Bardic inspirations don't apply to background.
That's what I
knowledge.
thought.
Oh, damn
yeah,
it.
'cause-
Okay.
Background info is something that you just commutally like, because a bardic inspiration only lasts 10 minutes, not one lifetime. So
Fair.
Yeah.
maybe if
so
you're
that's
number
okay.
one of bards
Ooh.
or something.
Ooh, that's a good
Oh,
one.
never mind. You didn't need it.
Okay, come on, remember. What?
He unmuted himself by accident.
22. places where you die and come back, that's just the process of undeath. Places where you don't lose yourself, Eminem stuff, and get reincarnated into another place, you never heard of such. Not in the sense of that you are still yourself, like fully. You've heard of a couple of stories where people will perish past the mortal coil, and then they will go to another place, quote unquote, go to another place. And I talking about heaven. But in such instances, they don't know who they are, or they think they're someone else. Stuff like that. Like, they are not themselves at all. Not in any true sense. There's I guess you would call it a pilgrim's path that you know of in a mountain range, which is a good ways away from here. Probably by foot, a month from here. Really far. Yeah. Like, really far. Where this happens. Some natives of the Jagged Expanse, bugbears, hobgoblins, goblins, your own tribe, stuff like that, talk about it as a form of ascendancy. Like, you literally ascend when you perish there or kill yourself there or whatever. Meditate there until you die. Some real Buddhism monk stuff. And the reason you aren't yourself is because you've transcended. You literally transcended your mortal limit to the point where you have no earthly connection, including memories and wealthy possession or material possessions and emotion and stuff like that. That's one place you can think of. You're not sure of how true that is, but that's what the stories are. The other place that comes to your mind, there's a grove. This one's a bit closer, although it is still a good bit away. The other one's a month, right? So this one's to the north of here, probably 2.5 weeks or so.
Yeah.
It's a grove which it looks like a room, like a crafted structure, but it's entirely made of, the perimeter, the trees on the perimeter. They all bend and curl inward, so it's like you guys on this page, right? Okay, yeah. So it's like they sort of form this sort of
like a grown building.
Yeah, they sort of form this like tent or teepee effect, but it's massive. It's huge. So like the gaps in between the trees that bend their boughs to make this arch piece, the top piece here. The distance between the bases is probably dozens of feet. Like, I don't know. They're evenly spaced, around 45 feet or so from edge of one base to the edge of the next base. And at the top of it, there's a vine. Really large vine. Not like a little spindly thing. Like a vine about as thick as your torso is thick, from like shoulder to shoulder.
Yeah.
Maybe a bit more. Really big vine that just droops down from the top. And then at the whenever it storms, specifically, it'll drip. One drop at a time. Stories, there's a couple of stories about it. The number changes. Suppose it only drip this many times. One story says 7, another one says 11. Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But supposedly, if you were to catch the drops and drink them, again, the stories change. One says you just feel woozy and you go on the vision quest. That's what one of them says. That's the 11. The 7, on the other hand, says you will be greeted with truths about yourself that you may or may not be aware of. But depending on how many drops you drink, you could erase them. Erase the truths about yourself.
Ooh.
Just force a reset.
It is potentially lethal. because you sort of don't have control over which truth you erase. So the truth of you being alive could be erased.
The truth of you being
Die.
alive. That's an interesting save.
Interesting.
And then you die.
Hey, you're still kicking. Nope. Your lungs function. Nah.
That's the thing, like there's
That
no
actually-
real specific thing with it. Like it
That is
That.
very good information.
Yeah,
That could
like-
be how you kill an immortal.
potentially.
Shit, you're right, you're right.
Hmm.
That's sort of the thing though, like no one's ever really come back from it. So it's sort of hard to get a first-hand account for
Noted.
what it does if no one comes back from it.
Noted.
Yeah.
Let us introduce Oni.
So Race would sort of think for a little bit, and he would relay this and share that, you know, people have told stories about places that are kind of like what you described, but what you are describing is something that he has never come across before.
It's wholly
Not even
unique.
heard of it. It is strange,
That's what I
and
assumed.
it's mildly terrifying.
I mean, the things you're describing aren't exactly pleasant. Though I don't know what I expected.
Yeah, well, that grove sounds pretty interesting, though.
The feel when the vine drops just send you on a vision quest, but everyone's so high that they just die on the way out anyways. That's why no one goes back.
I think at this Ruhan just like pops up and jumps up and grabs a chair.
Ah!
He heard the word
No.
storm.
You will not pinch me.
Pinch? You pinch?
What? Pinch? You okay there?
Are you okay?
Thought there were crab people here.
There be crab people further inland. They live in the big lake.
Oh god, I never want to see another crab person
Oh.
again.
They're not so
Crab.
bad. A little bit aggressive, perhaps.
Guess avoid
God,
large
I got
things.
taught an important lesson about blooming positioning that day.
You might have
almost
actually
got
talked
eaten.
to them, Ray. You might have actually talked to them, like negotiated with them. They're
You
not
communicating
assholes,
snipping?
but they are very stubborn. Like they are very, very stubborn.
They tried to
Oh.
chop me in half.
Hey,
They
what
To be
be-
fair,
do
you guys
know
were
them?
basically as a different type of crab people. So
Ah,
they be,
okay.
yeah, Rays know them. They be stubborn. Stubborn as rock.
Well,
But they can be
One
reasoned
more
with.
for
I think we may have killed their god or
that.
From the sounds of it, they might not be connected to the same group, but let's just not find out.
Yeah, I'm good with never seeing one again, thank you. I still have nightmares.
yes.
I have put off shellfish
Ugh.
for most of my life now.
Oh yeah, I don't think I could eat that again. Just the,
They
the
almost
trauma just
pinched
comes
my
back.
tail.
Oh, God.
Oh no.
So, anyways, back to interrogating Thea.
What did she do? Is she a traitor again?
Oh,
I
not,
mean-
not today, not this time. No, it's just
Oh, okay.
yeah, we're just having conversations about us, I guess.
Oh, she'd be like,
Jesse,
your
that's
motherfucking.
all.
Jesse!
what?
She'd be
You guys
like,
are
the
talking about it. How do you
motherfucking
feel with
man.
it?
Oh, did I not just? Oh, never mind. Whatever. Clearly, you are not bothered by
Hey,
my trauma.
crab cakes are totally different looking. All right.
Oh,
Fia, what is
yeah.
traitor
Let me
talking?
get one of
Do you
those.
have the? Do you live the with them folk inland?
I'm sorry, I missed what you said there. What was that?
What is traitor talk about? Do you live with them folk inland?
Oh, the. No, yeah. What my
How's
old
that such a hard question?
'cause my old colleague or boss or whatever you want to call him. I think he's sort of, we'll say, embroiled in the in the traitor thing somehow, which I was not aware of. And Vedic totally thought I was a traitor, but haha, I am not. So I'll do like, hey,
Yeah, but you
we
still,
good, right?
you still did get that card.
Oh yeah.
I did that really, really disconcerting card.
So
I
we got
promise you, I'm not a traitor.
insight check.
Oh, so you, just like
it's like-
Reese, have legacy of shame. Mm.
1. 7. I don't know shit.
I'm pretty sure, regardless of deception or persuasion, she cannot roll below that. So
Wait a minute,
yeah,
wait a minute,
like
what is my
proficiency
deception?
bonus? Half a proficiency bonus is +2, +5. So even if you roll a 1, you'd still get an 8.
Oh, hey, my deception modifier is a 7, so literally.
Yeah,
Let's go.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you literally, persuasion or deception, you can't
Yeah, it seems
fail
legit. Seems
against
legit.
that.
So, Fia, tell Reese, him wonder, him have personal, similar thing go on. How does you deal with the shame of traitor, ancestor, traitor, mentor, teacher?
Huh.
I honestly don't know yet. I don't know. It's if he is genuinely a traitor, which I'm starting to think maybe he is. It changes a lot, I think, in what I've been sort of. I mean, I've spent a lot of my. It's tricky, okay? Just ask me later when I've maybe
Or drunk.
actually. Yes, yeah. This is grab a flagon. What?
The other one's a natural 20, and that makes it so much better.
I know.
Aren't all like dragons kind of traitors though?
Huh?
Don't think he's a traitor. Last time I saw him.
No, that'd be Reese.
No, I'm sorry. I was talking to Ray.
No,
Oh,
that'd be-
okay.
It'd be different, but it'd be similar. So raise him parent, both him father and him mother. They voodoo like him, but they used a bad voodoo. They used a. They got tempted by the bad man.
Oh.
Okay. And the bad man is.
See, that's what I've been trying to figure out like all night.
The bad man, him the bad man. The good man, him the good man.
Are they like a
Someone's passive
single
perception.
entity, or?
Okay, fair enough.
What's everyone's passive perception? Fia's a good for this.
Not good.
There we go.
Well,
Surprisingly
this is
better than
pretty
I thought.
low. This is pretty low, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, it's actually 16.
Haha, last in 23.
Last in 23.
You all would notice that, Fia in her non-disclosing of guilt admission, I'm not a traitor. You know how I was describing last week where there's like that bit in Dragon Age Inquisition where Iron Bull is like, "Are you trained in disguising your facial expressions?" And they just look at him with a look of disgust. And he's like, "See, my point exactly." In following similar line of that, you guys do notice that in her drunken state, Fia's gaze does, or not her gaze, but her attention does drift to something kept on her. But that's that.
Noted.
Funny, if you weren't drunk, you probably would have been totally fine.
Nah.
I know.
If you weren't drunk, but you are drunk, so that's unfortunate.
And I did just down another one, so I mean, hey,
You did
Super
get 10 on that con save, so.
yeah.
So, like, what's your
Ugh.
goal with seeking war into the traitor stuff, anyways?
I mean, you know me. I can't leave anything feckin' alone. And if he is a traitor, I would like to know about it. I spent a lot of my life with him, you know?
You want to know the why?
The fact, yeah.
Hmm.
And if he is, I don't know. Why did he keep it from me, or why? I suppose I'm glad he kept it from me, to be honest. But yeah, there's a lot of whys going about in that. You know what I'm like. I chase after the stupidest of things.
Yeah, I noticed.
You do have a history for that.
Hey!
I'm sorry. What? When did you pick it?
I am very sneaky.
Well, don't be.
Well. Just pats the seat next to her.
Heard you were back in town.
Yeah, at last.
So, how was Imra?
Did know.
Very
Yeah.
violently dead.
I can say
Did
I'm
you have
surprised.
daisies?
Imra certainly seemed like the type to go down fighting. Like a rabid dog.
He certainly went down.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
was looted and then thrown off a cliff, and then the entire universe around him collapsed. So,
Oh
He just
yeah.
winks
That
at
was...
that.
Well, that is something.
He looks at Jesse, who just drinks while looking at him suspiciously.
What?
What? Nothing.
You're normally so very good at lying, so you're doing this on purpose. What?
damn it, you stole a lot. I was gonna say.
Nothing. Girlfriend giving you problems again?
What do you mean again?
Nothing.
He just begins like grabbing like at the different bottles which are on the table. Realizes that the one he grabbed is empty. Grabs another one empty.
Actually, is it safe
I'm
for him to
open-headed.
be drinking after us at the current exact moment?
Do you guys tell him that?
I think Rose mentions that out of like fear for his own safety.
He's like, you tell him that as he's like holding up a bottle, like next to his like ear, like he's like swishing it to see if there's anything in it. And then as you say that, he just slowly sets it back down. That thing, and he orders his own drink. Yeah, probably a smart call.
I get
So
one
a
smart
little
call.
birdie told me the other day.
Oh, so many birdies around here.
That you lied to them?
I lied to the birdie.
Maybe? He just looks at all of you.
This analogy is going weird real fast. How much have you drank already?
Birdie
You
got
look at-
annoyed.
You look at the array of drinks. She doesn't have that much.
Okay. Not a best.
What did I lie about?
I don't know, birdies, you want to tell him what he lied about?
Your friend's
No secrets amongst
history.
friends, right?
Are we friends with him?
He's friends with me. He better fucking be. He just like leans away from her and holds up like plate.
That's the greatest insult you can give to Jesse.